What's good, people? This is KM.Little right here. We're gonna be watching Stevie Knight finally realize Republicans are racist. Stevie Knight has been accused as being like a coon. He do have like some coon takes, but I feel like he's like right there in the middle, where he don't want to be associated with ghetto shit, but other side where he just like, oh, I love black people at the same time, but he be playing the fence. And again, sometimes even black people where just like himself, he just don't want to be associated with them. So let's get into this video.
Because you got people out here literally doing this. And these are people of actual positions representing the Republican Party. You know what I'm saying? And where there's a dozen, there's going to be a dozen more. You know what I mean? And it's not a good look, bro. And it dives right into the fucking narrative. It dives right into the damn label that the right side gets generalized. It's racist.
A group of Republicans just got exposed when their insanely racist group chat leaked.
The group chat members spoke freely about the love of Nazis. I love leaked messages exposed.
One of the messages referred to black people as monkeys and watermelon people. One talked about sending political opponents to gas chambers to, quote, watch people burn now.
And in a normal world and normal political environment, you would expect leaders from their party to come out and make statements denouncing not only the words and slurs that were used, but the members of the party that were involved in this situation.
I'm gonna be for real. JD Vance, he's the most loyal person I have ever met in my life. Because, oh my gosh, like somebody can be wrong, he will defend it to the end. And it's so sad because people like that, it's kind of good to have around because they'll ride or die for you at the end. But at the same time, it's not good to have somebody who always a yes man, because no matter if you're wrong or not, it always cater to your ego. So like, it's kind of, JD Vance is like we having a yes man around is good and bad, but at the same time, it's just like, bro, you running the nation. You can't be a yes man when it comes down to running the nation.
First place.
Very easily condemn when my side is going off the rails, but I just ask the bare minimum from Andrew. When they're talking about gas and group chats, can you condemn that?
Are we really going to do this again? No.
So you don't condemn it?
Your energy is
Quote,
so aggressive.
I love gas.
All right, hold on.
Can't condemn that.
Just easy, buddy. Okay.
But instead of that happening, the vice president of the United States came out in defense of the people involved in this racist scandal. He didn't denounce them or the words and slurs that they used. And the only person that he labeled a scumbag was the person that actually leaked the text, which is a hero to me.
By focusing on what kids are saying in a group chat, grow up. I'm sorry. Focus on the real issues. Don't focus on what kids say in group chats. But I mean, I'm like an old guy at this point. I'm 41 years old. I have 3 kids. I grew up in a different world, right? Where not most of the stupid things that I did when I was a teenager and a young adult, they're not on the internet. Like, I'm going to tell my kids, especially my boys, don't put things on the internet. Like, be careful with what you post. If you put something in a group chat, assume that some scumbag is going to leak it in an effort to try to cause you harm or cause your family harm. But the reality is that kids do stupid things, especially young boys. They tell edgy, offensive jokes. Like, that's what kids do. And I really don't want us to grow up in a country where a kid telling a stupid joke, telling a very offensive, stupid joke, is cause to ruin their lives.
Well, I think it's important to note that his definition of kids might be different than anyone else's. These were not college kids. These were people who were in the GOP operative class. One of them is a state legislator. The others were, running for elected party office and staffing, elected officials. So I don't think we should qualify them as kids.
But Stevie Knight, to his credit, did actually make a video about this situation. And it went about how you would expect it to go.
The ops are gonna swarm to this like flies on shit and say, hey, told y'all motherfuckers, y'all racist ass bastards. Nah, dog. Hey, everybody that was part of that group removed. Before that, offer some type of incentive to expose other fools that are out here doing this shit.
There is no question or doubt that racism is alive and growing in the Republican Party, which makes these black conservatives like Stephen A. Smith, Stevie Knight, the Hodge twins, Officer Tatum, and Anton Daniels, they use their platform to prop up conservative propaganda while tearing down Democrats in the black community look ridiculous.
When you think about Rosa Parks and what she did, and everybody thinks she's so heroic, do you know Rosa Parks had a car?
And it's one of the reasons why we need to dismantle diversity, equity, and inclusion.
And I don't want to be around someone who thinks the color of their skin is some kind of defining characteristic, and the most important thing about the such thing as racism is an illusion
It's a lie that's been made up by the race hustler.
Because you can't glorify and praise a party that is outwardly racist against you and your people and not acknowledge or speak out against it without being
coon, bootlicker, coconut, Uncle Tom, sellout.
Now, Stevie has been catching hell for the past month. From his debate with Abba, where he came across uneducated and inarticulate on topics.
Anytime someone's too stupid to enunciate their own point, they always say I was taken out of context. No, you just don't know how to communicate. Maybe if you got a school lunch every time in the 3rd grade, you'd be able to read, speak, and think past a 4th grade level. Maybe.
And then I made a video because I stumbled on his Sinners review, which just showed how deep in the sunken place he actually was.
Sinners was ass. I don't get it, bro. You would represent the black woman in that regard, this big fat black girl, but then have the white girl, the pretty white girl, the pretty motherfucker, and she's the reason why everybody got fucked up.
But Stevie, who has always framed things from a conservative perspective, just further exposed how lost he and other black conservatives like him are. This is a party that is currently doing everything they...
Look, if you haven't seen the Sinners movie, it doesn't really even do anything with race and stuff like that. I mean, of course it deals with what was going on during that time period, but Michael B. Jordan, the black man, sent a white woman out there to talk to other white people who were Irish. And if you know anything about Irish people used to be slaves also, but they wasn't treated as bad as black slaves. Some of them were. Basically what it was, a white woman went out there to speak to some Irish people who wanted to play inside a black person, these black people, a community get together and stuff like that. And it didn't have to do anything with race. Michael B. Jordan, the main character, sent out there. The white woman mom raised him. So it had nothing to do with race at all. Stevie Knight do be having little coon takes. You can't even call the people who texted in the group chat was in mid-20s, max 40s. I think one of them was 41. You can't say that, oh, these are people who college kids. Even if you college kids, I can see high school kids, but college though, you want college saying this? And I don't believe that. I don't believe that it was in college. Maybe 1 or 2 of them was in college, maybe, or maybe teaching at the college, maybe. But okay, high school, all right. You 14 to 18, okay, you might make jokes like that. But when you get from 18 to 22. And that's where college range at. And these men was not in 18 to 22. That was from 24 to maybe 41 or late 30s or something like that. It's just like, how you going to sit here and say, oh, the scumbag that exposed messages are bad? And how you going to say, oh, I'm just going to teach my kids not to say certain things in a group chat? It's like, no, you should teach your kids not to say these things at all. At all. But it's so sad to sit here and try to defend that and not to condemn it, but not to sit here and say like, it's wrong. You know, you're just going to say, I'm not going to say what they said was wrong. I'll just think that the person who exposed the messages is wrong. Like, why would you do that? It's so bad. Then I can only imagine what your group chat messages is looking like. Honestly, guy, I can only imagine what his group chat messages look like. What his messages in general look like when it come down to Jewish people, black people, or Hispanics, or Indians, or Asians. I can only imagine what they look like. And it's so sad. It's so sad to say that like people are still racist today. It's so sad though. I ain't even gonna lie.
To set the black community back. The Supreme Court right now, majority conservatives are voting to nullify the Civil Rights Act, which will annihilate black political power in the South and make it almost impossible for Democrats to ever win back the House or the presidency. But this is the party that these black conservatives are defending.
It actually gets worse. JM says, can we fix the showers? Gas don't fit the blank aesthetic.
But I'm Jew. Welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to sub. Now, let's get into it.
Some Telegram messages got hacked from some leaders of young Republican groups around the nation. I love leaked messages expose young Republicans' racist rants.
Just to be clear, the young Republicans are not some kids, as Vance tried to say. These are full-grown, employed adults in their 30s doing this.
Just kids being kids? Let's take a look.
Alex Dwyer is 29. Samuel Douglas is 27. Peter Junta, 31. William Hendricks, 24. Is it just me or do white supremacists age like bananas? Joe Maligno is 35. And Luke Mossamon is 24. Now, this young man has some choice slurs for Mexicans, and I really think you might want to get a 23andMe. Because como se dice, you don't look white. Being a racist or being a bigot is not a mistake. Those are active choices.
Thousands of private messages reveal young GOP leaders joking about gas chambers, slavery. Everyone that votes no is going to the gas chamber. You're giving nationals too much credit and expecting the Jews to be honest. Great, I love Hitler. I'm ready to watch people now. I'd go to the zoo if I wanted to watch monkeys play ball. If we ever had a leak of this chat, we'd be cooked for real, for real.
And then it got leaked.
New fallout tonight from a racist and violent group chat involving leaders of some young Republican groups, as reported by Politico. The outlet obtaining more than 7 months worth of Telegram messages in which they say members muse about using gas against political opponents. I'm ready to watch people burn now, one person responds. Another describing as epic. The chat includes anti-Semitic comments and racial slurs against Black, Latino, Asian people, and other epithets used more than 250 times, according to Politico. The outlet says one person, after being told backers would support the most right-wing candidate for a leadership role, responded, "Great, I love him."
This is actually what conservatives think about immigrants, anybody of color, useful idiot black conservatives like Stevie Knight, Anton Daniels, and all the rest of them that have these platforms where they tear down the black community but give a blind eye to all the racism that happens every day on the right. Because make no mistake, a Trump flag, a MAGA hat, is the new Confederate flag. It is not a stretch to say that this type of racism and behavior goes all the way back to Confederates not being punished. Instead, they were rewarded and memorialized with statues, streets, schools, and bridges named after them.
None of this would be happening if they had just punished the Confederate Army like they were supposed to. I don't think we would have had the Klan. I don't think we would have had Jim Crow. I don't think we would have had as much institutional racism. If it was really about freeing the slaves, then they would have cleared out the infrastructure that allowed it to exist for so long. They would have outlawed the Confederate flag. The only mention of the Confederacy would have been in history books to let people know this is what happens when you betray your country. It's like removing cancer. If you're going to try to get rid of cancer, you have to get rid of every single cell. Otherwise, it's going to spread again.
So it's no wonder that people racist as the Young Republicans or Proud Boys group or any other alt-right group that you can think of not only feel protected, but feel emboldened. And make no mistake, it is the same spirit of the Confederacy that carries on today.
They love the watermelon people. Stay in the closet, FAGGOT. They refer to black people as monkeys and the watermelon people, and they muse about putting their political opponents in gas chambers. They talked about their enemies and driving them to self-deletion, and lauded Republicans who they believed support slavery.
Lauding Republicans who support slavery in 2025 is still the craziest thing to me. When I say these people are obsessed with people of color being subservient to them, that is all they want, to place themselves at the top of the food chain with everybody else struggling beneath them. So again, how can black people be okay supporting a party like this? And I already know Stevie is just going to try to say that it's these few people and not the party as a whole. But you see very clear in the text messages, lauded Republicans who they believe support slavery. So they're not just talking about the people in their group chat. And based on the current policies, executive orders, and Project 2025, you can see their intentions for people of color.
Yeah, this.
I ain't gonna lie, it's sad though. I ain't gonna lie, it's sad though. I do agree with not having open borders. However, I do think that if we don't have a secure enough border and somebody make it across the border, now you have to take these people in. I do think that we should take these people in. I don't agree with, maybe send some of them back, depends on who they are, But once I do agree with, if somebody is a bad person and they are an immigrant and they come over here and you committing crimes and stuff like that, you should be sent back. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You should be sent back. But it's hard for anybody to want to support a party. Democrats was in the South, Democrats in the South wanted to they was the racists, they was the slave owners and stuff like that. And now those people who was in the South and the slave owners Now they gravitated towards being a Republican, and now it's just like what party should you as a black person want to fit in? It's rather like you rather be by yourself or either be in a group that's like, okay, like a black group, black political group or something like that. And most black people will go for it. Most black people will literally go for it. You know what I'm saying? I would go for it myself. But I feel like it's like a child being wanted to go either to a mother or a father. You're looking for leadership on how to live your life, or leadership on, all right, who got the best interest for me, my mom or my dad? And you just like, damn, both of them used to beat your ass, and now you don't know which one to go to, and you just like, shit, I'd rather do my own thing right now. I already figured the shit out for myself, and that's really how I am. Like, I don't identify with either party. I don't care about. I mean, I love to keep up to date with politics, but I don't care to identify with a certain group. Like, I just can't put Republicans, or I mean, be a Republican or a Democrat. I just can't. I just rather be my own person. And if somebody comes in and that's a good candidate, that's either a Democrat or Republican, or he's independent, I will vote for him. You know, I mean, Elon Musk was chance of him becoming a president. I don't know if I'll vote for him, but anybody else, shit. Trump make it where you can damn do 3 terms. Let Obama run again. I'll vote his ass back on in there. But this right here, I don't know. I don't know. I just can't agree. But if you like this video right here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. What's good, people? This is KM.Little right here. Thank you for watching this video. In this clip right here, I am showing you my different YouTube channels. They are in the link in the description. If you like this video, I'm pretty sure you will love my other channels. Also, thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, and we out.